Show me.
Hello everybody, Martial Arts Fun Freak here, and I've been getting a few suggestions, a few comments, a few messages every now and again of people asking me to review Ong-Bak. And while I'm sure that video would do great based on, I don't know, something like my Raid 2 review, which gets pretty decent views for a channel as small as mine, what is there to say about Ong-Bak? We've all seen it a billion times since it came out way back in 2003. Everybody has done some sort of reaction video to Ong-Bak fight scenes. I'll probably do some stuff later on with my Friends Watch Fight Scenes series. But I just don't feel I could review the original Ong-Bak and really have anything new to say. However, I could just rank all of the Ong-Bak movies. Or better yet, I could rank all of the Tony Jaa movies. And by that I mean the Tony Jaa, movies where he is the lead, not where he's sharing it with Dolph Lundgren in Skin Trade or with the entire cast of Triple Threat, or even what is it, Hard Gun with Panna. No, I mean the Tony Jaa movies, and you know what I mean when I say the Tony Jaa movies. There's greats, there's goods, there's bads. I'm gonna rank them. Here is my ranking for all of the Tony Jaa movies. Starting with number 5, the bottom of the barrel, the bottom of the list, the worst of all of them. Protector 2. Now, God, this is disappointing. Protector 2 was supposed to be, huge, epic. I mean, the first Protector, we'll get there, but it's nearly perfect. How wrong could a sequel go? You've still got Tony Jaa, you've got Panna, you're bringing in Zhizha Yanin, who's amazing. You're bringing in some dude named Maurice Crump, who, sure, don't know who he was at the time, but you look up some clips of him, cool, looks like the guy can go, looks like the guy can fight. But instead, you take everything great about the original Protector, and you just do all of it the opposite way. Instead of all the practical effects, throw a bunch of CGI in there, get a huge green screen that looks awful. Jesus, it looked awful. Take a fight scene of him fighting a bunch of dudes on bicycles and rollerblades, have him fight a bunch of dudes on dirt bikes on rooftops with green screen. It's really bad, really disappointing, and I've already made a video about it. I did a whole video about the awfulness that is the lightsaber sound effects fight scene that he has with Maurice Crump. Maurice Crump is actually a highlight of this movie. Maurice Crump is very good. Anytime they fight, it's pretty exciting until the lightsaber noises. The lightsaber noises are atrocious. This movie is really bad. This movie is one of the most disappointing movies I've ever seen. It just makes me angry. Number 4, and this movie isn't awful, but sadly it just isn't good. It's almost as disappointing as Protector 2. Ong-Bak 3. Now, Ong-Bak 3, it was a dud at the end of an amazing franchise. It was this firework was going up into the sky with Ong-Bak and Ong-Bak 2, and all of a sudden Ong-Bak 3 comes out and the firework just goes. It's if you ever seen the original X-Men movies and you're like, oh, 1 was great, oh, 2 was amazing, and then you get to 3 and it's like, oh, this didn't end well. But the problem is it's just boring. It's an extremely boring movie. There's not a lot of action, and the action that is there, just for some reason, something about it didn't go as well as the first 2 movies. The best part of this movie is Dan Chupong. Dan Chupong is wonderful. He does have one very good fight scene in this movie that I really enjoy. That is just about it. The movie is long, the movie is boring, the movie is disappointing, and that makes me sad. Moving on, because I don't know what else to say about a movie that is just so bleh. Now, the top 3 are going to be perhaps controversial, because I think we can all agree that these final 3 are great, amazing. But some people will definitely probably put certain ones at 1 and 2. And I'm going to have to stare at these for a second while I make my mind up. as to which one's going to be number 3. Because they all deserve, for some reason, to be number 1. Give me a second here. Alright, conclusion is drawn. Number 3, the one in the middle, the Malcolm of the group. But still, I'm telling you, it's amazing, and it's a very important movie. I'm going the first Ong-Bak. The first Ong-Bak is number 3. And some people are already going to be typing in the comments section that I'm wrong and not putting it number 1. And I understand. Listen to the words I'm saying that are coming out of this hole right here. This movie is incredible and nearly perfect. The only reason it's not 2 or 1 is because I think the other 2 are just a little bit better. But I mean, come on, you've got just all the hard impact hits. I love the double takes. We get to see him doing certain stunts or certain hits like for a second time in slower motion, just to show you like this movie announced Tony Jaa. So that all those scenes are just the director going, look at this dude. Look at how awesome this guy is. You should accept him as the next great Muay Thai action star. Also, this movie put Muay Thai on the map for a lot of people. Like, if you're a martial artist, if you're like really into MMA in like the early 2000s, you knew what Muay Thai was. If you weren't, and if you were maybe even just a movie nerd or even a martial arts movie nerd, maybe Muay Thai wasn't really on your radar. You didn't see Pano Riddickry's 1984 Thai film Born to Fight in 2002, and all of a sudden this movie comes out of nowhere and you're like, what is this? Why? What? No one told me that there was another country that was going to make awesome martial arts movies? Jesus Christ, why didn't anyone let us know sooner? But Tony Jaa let us know. And then we got a good near decade of incredible martial arts movies from Thailand. And it all started with this one. It's just incredible. It's amazing. If you haven't seen Ong-Bak, I don't know what you're doing at this video. Go watch it. Now, number 2 and 1, I know people are probably going to be more upset because one of these has to be just completely better than the other. And you're right, because number 2 is The First Protector, Tom Yum-goong. Again, all 3 of these last 3 movies are nearly perfect. This movie is incredible. I love every single second of it. Even the parts that probably aren't that great. But, I mean, come on, you've got the fight like I brought up earlier with the bicycles and the rollerblades. You've got the fight where he just breaks 100 guys' limbs. You've got the fight with Nathan Jones. You've got the fight with John Fu, with Lateef Crowder, with the first fight with Nathan Jones. It's a near perfect. All these last 3 are near perfect movies. There's a fault with all of them. There's a fault with every movie. But if, for martial arts' sake, these last 3 are perfect movies, how could I forget the spiral fight scene, the staircase spiral fight scene, the one take, like 15-minute long, incredible fight scene. The choreography in that scene, granted, it's probably not amazing, but it's just one dude wrecking shop for 15 straight minutes, all single take. You know he was exhausted by the end. It's an incredible scene, and have you ever? This is a random side thing. One night, many years ago, I'm laying in bed, I'm watching TV, Adult Swim, you know, your Family Guys, your Futuramas, your Moral Orals. And Robot Chicken is on. It was Robot Chicken's 100th episode. And I'm watching Robot Chicken's 100th episode. And all of a sudden the Robot Chicken, bursts through these doors and starts fighting people up a spiral staircase. All single take. And I'm staring at the screen with a dumb smile on my face because I'm thinking, oh my god, this is a reference only for people like me. Other people can watch this scene and think it's awesome because the Robot Chicken is going up this staircase fighting all the popular characters from the first 100 episodes of Robot Chicken. But only if you're a huge martial arts nerd are you also going to be hyped that Robot Chicken is doing a skit based on Tom Yum-goong. Like, what normal person is getting that reference? And then when it gets to the nerd character even says, someone saw Tony Jaa as your protector. And I was so goddamn happy. This movie is perfect. Thank you, Robot Chicken, for making that sketch. If you haven't seen it, I recommend it. It's very funny and very cool to see something like The Protector being referenced in a stupid mainstream American cartoon. Go watch it. Go watch The Protector. It's perfect. It just is. Throw. And number 1, again, you can disagree, but you can also agree that the fight scenes in this movie are stunning. And that is Ong-Bak 2, The Beginning. When I first saw this movie, I saw it shortly after the first one, and I expected something similar to the first one. However, this movie is not completely dissimilar, but it definitely varies in certain ways. Its setting, the story, is actually much more drawn out, as it also leads to the third movie, which is a dud. But I initially thought it was boring, because it's longer, and there's more story to tell. But then, I've given it like 90 rewatches since, and no, the story is great, and the fight scenes, argue with me if you want, are better than the first Ong-Bak. The stunts are not better. The stunts in the first movie are better, but the fight scenes in this one are miles ahead. You get the incredible montage of him fighting a bunch of people from his clan with different styles. Like, they wrestle, they do Muay Thai, they do swords. Incredible scene. There's the wonderful homage to Drunken Master, in which Tony Jaa does drunken Muay Thai, and it's glorious. There's so many other scenes, but the big one is the whole long finale. The finale that includes the swords and the jumping back and forth between kung fu styles and Muay Thai, and the final is just it's enthralling. The finale of this movie is better than the finale of any Tony Jaa movie. Any of the fight scenes in this movie are better than almost all of the fight scenes in other Tony Jaa movies. Granted, as I've said, the last 3 of these movies, Ong-Bak, The Protector, and Ong-Bak 2, are all perfect for different reasons. But something about this movie, man, something about those, the fight scenes in this, they go hard. They go harder than the other 2, in my opinion. Tell me I'm wrong in the comment section. I will like it, because you're not wrong to disagree. I just happen to think that. Also, this one brings in Dan Chupong. Dan Chupong, if you're not completely aware of him, was sort of... he was definitely in Tony Jaa's shadow throughout a lot of those early Muay Thai films, the Tony Jaa films and all that. Dan Chupong had 2004's Born to Fight. He had, I think it was Dynamite Warrior. Dan Chupong was... It's weird to say this. It sounds like an insult. It's not. Dan Chupong was Panna-Ritterkrai's other protege. His first protege, you have to know and admit, is Tony Jaa. I mean, probably not, his first student. But in terms of film, that's Panna-Ritterkrai's protege, is Tony Jaa. His other protege is Dan Chupong. Dan Chupong is an incredible fighter, and he comes in the conclusion of this movie, who has much more of a presence than the third. As I said, in the third movie, he does have a very good fight scene. But it's very cool to see, his 2 students, Panna-Ritterkrai's 2 major students, Tony Jaa and Dan Chupong, go at it in this one and in the third one. But this was the one that brought him in. It's just, it is a perfect martial arts movie. It's incredible in every single way. I love it so much. I'm probably going to watch it later this week. If you disagree, that's fine. Let me know in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Head over to Facebook, where there is the Martial Arts Film Freak Facebook page. Tell me your favorite Tony Jaa movie. It doesn't have to be any of the 5 that I gave you today. It can be, I don't know, his cameo in Never Back Down 3. Yeah, he cameoed in that, and it was weird. Tell me all your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching, and have a good day.